Hi there, this is Justin from LemTask, and today we'll be continuing our reviewing TeuxDeux. So we'll be looking at the TeuxDeux setup, but not in the way most people use it, but how it actually works when you set it up properly. So this tool, let's say it's one of the tools that feels incredibly easy to use, or it might be incredibly not useful in a way since it has a very simple setup. So it barely has any features like we saw in the previous videos, but that doesn't make it its weakness. So barely having any features is the whole point, to make it nice, simple for everyone to use. So that's the whole point of it being that way. So if you manage to set it up properly for yourself, it will work well. But if it collapses in a way that you have too much and it caves in into itself, then it might become a burden for you to use. So that's just one of the features that it has. So we will start with setting up the tasks and start. We'll click the link and to get started. So this were one of the tasks that initially come with this, sort of like the instructions. Okay, so we managed to remove everything. Okay, so let's just leave it at this. This should be fine for now. And let's remove that. Okay, as you can see, now it's very clean. It's very clean. I only left the three tasks that were there previously. So here the trick is to keep it as simple as possible. Like, don't include too much details into it. And if, like, as you can see here, learn something, rest for an hour, go for a run. So these are the type of tasks that you can do. And let's say one is attend a weekend conference on skill development. Okay, so the trick is to keep it simple. However, you can like have those short phrases you can use. You can also change colors here. Let's use blue since we haven't used it. And as you can see, the moment you click on it here, it expands beautifully, but don't add too much details on the titles. If you want to add details, you can always click here on this three hamburger symbol, and then you can add as many notes as possible. So let's say we attend at 3 to 4:30 and have a mingling session with business individuals and potential sponsors. There we go. Then maybe, okay, there's spelling issue. Let's fix that. And attend from. Okay, so you can add as many details as you need here. Let's say get contact info of at least two top business individuals. Then that will help you in terms of getting your business out there, getting those partnerships. So business individuals in your niche in your niche or closer to potential niches. So you can get in contact with people who might have contacts with people who are closer to your niches. So that's how you can add the details there. You can add your images, you can take it out when you're done, you can add links inside, you can change the font, you can sort of make it like a well knit written out presentation for yourself. As you can see, on the front end, it's very simple, but the more if you click on the hamburger symbol, you get as many details as you need, which is very neat. And already the date is already there, so there's no need for you to change anything. The issue here might be the time that you need to do it. And this is so well clean and set out that you can have your lists here. So you can have your lists of stuff that you need to do, your brain dump. You can add whatever you need to add whenever you need to add it, like just random information of something that you need to do. And then here, obviously, it's a grocery list. You can add your grocery list. So you can mix it with personal and professional, depending on how you want to use it. So here, instead of grocery list, let's try to rename this. You can say personal list, and that's better. And then here you can say work list, work list, then you put general, then that should be it. So this is how you can make it look like. So in terms of lists, it can be whatever you want to read. It can be the books that you want to read. You can add more lists. And then you have the planning section as well. What you want to do this week, what you want to do next week, this month, next month. Sort of like your goals that you have for the year. And you can carefully set them out clearly. And if you manage to complete that goal, then let's say here, write an exam. There you go. You have to perform well. So let's read, since it's a very serious exam. And when you're done with that, you can also click it out. As you can see, night sample is it's a very handy thing to do, to use actually. So I might use this for my personal planning. So in here you can add another section like a tab. So you can have your lists, you can have your planning, and then another tab. Maybe you can have, let's say, a client that you want to work on. Let's say client one. Then there you go. You can add lists. Let's say first phase, first phase of the project. And with this, you have your onboarding. You have your planning, campaign planning. So your plan of action, POA, and then you send this to the client and see how they react to how you plan to structure their campaign and how you plan to go about advertising their business on the platforms that they need it advertised on. And then the second phase, so you can add as much detail as you want. So for the second phase, you probably would need to have an optimization phase. Optimization, let's say sessions, where you optimize the client campaigns for better performance. And obviously here, let's say first phase, you can say you can have it as week one. That's actually makes much more sense, week one. And then the second phase, you can have it as week two, week three, week four for the month. And then then if the client still needs to continue, you can just simply click here. You either delete or you just move this. You move it. Let's say you move it here. And if you have a very long list, all the completed, you say your first phase here was done in, let's say, a month ago, and you just remove this first phase, week one, first phase, week two, first phase, second phase, third phase, week four. You move them all to the right, and then as for the others, you say the fifth phase, week five. You have them here closer, since they are the ones that still need to be done. And then that's just about it. We can go on and on about this, but we'll just try and keep it short. So when we go to LemTask and see if it does the same thing, well, let's have a look at it. Here, you can have your lists. There we go. So with this one, you can have your lists. You can have your board. So with this one, you don't necessarily need phases. It's already simple enough to use. Your to-dos, everything that you need to do is put here. And when you come to your lists, right, is the the sections like your client here, your paid media client, and you run paid media campaign for client one. There we go. That's our client one. So here, there we go. The details about the client, your onboarding. Instead of phases, you can just write clear tasks, subtasks, and let's say optimization based on the results, send reports. So you can have it that way, have a long list of mini tasks, have the details about the client and what you need to do, like what you hope to achieve, like here a ROAS of 4x or higher. This is how you're going to approach this. So that's how it is. And then at the end of the campaign, let's say their campaign period, this it finished in a month, and then you'll be doing phase two of the campaign for the following month. You just quickly duplicate this. I guess you can't. So with this, you just have to figure out a way how to duplicate it. Then here, run e-commerce client for client one. Then you can just put in brackets here. You can rename, put in brackets phase two. So this one you'll mark it as done, and then you'll have a phase two that will be above this one. This is for for paid media. So here you can have like paid media campaign for client one, you can have one for client two, you can have one for client three, and so on. So you can neatly organize them in that sequence. And here you can have your clients, like let's say client one, then you just have maybe the meetings that you have to have during the week. Let's say we have a meeting on Friday with client one. You say you have the notes on the meeting, stuff that you're going to discuss. You have your subtasks, the stuff that you need to discuss, and you can have it on hand while you are in the meeting. You can see the action points that you need to discuss and so on. So you can have that for client two, three, four, five, for all your clients in here. Then here is your personal. As you can see, low priority. You can set your energy levels, low energy level. You just go to the gym, you come back, that's it. It's set for repeat on a daily basis. So it's a continuous task. And then here, priority level, let's say it's low, so you can do it whenever you can, whenever you have the time, since gym is important. However, when you don't have the time to go to the gym, it suddenly becomes something that's a bit of a drag instead of something that is a bit more fun. So you can do it whenever you can, and that's how you can structure it. So we will end it here for today. We'll continue all this in the next videos. So if you need to explore further with these tools, you can catch the links in the description below. And that's it from me. I'll catch you in the next video.